Okay, friends, am I audible to all of you? So first time we are taking a class from Zoom. So I wanted to take one class on Zoom so that we understand the possibility of conducting the class from Zoom also sometimes when I am in remote locations. So once I just request everyone to just write that you are able to see, okay, that you're able to see, please write in the comment section that you're able to see me and hear me clearly so that we can start the class. Please write yes, yes, yes. Once you just write yes, then we'll start the class. Oh, all clear, great, that is great. So hope audio video is very clear. Okay, that's great. Okay. So very nice. So warm welcome to all of you. Okay. And today we are conducting a special session on Ask Me Anything. Okay. So sometimes what happens that we set the agenda for the particular meeting, right? Where I am discussing or other teachers are discussing a certain topic. But many times what happens, many students have doubts which are different for their case. That might be very, person specific, right? So therefore, I will be conducting such sessions, Ask Me Anything, where you can ask any of your queries about your preparation for the GATE and ESE examination. Okay, so please start writing your queries. I will read your queries and then I will answer them one by one. A short introduction about myself. Okay, you might be knowing my name is Satyajeet Sahu and these are my credentials. Okay, I have done my BTech and MTech from IIT Kharagpur and I have been selected into many of the PSUs through GATE. Okay, and I have taught many of the subjects. Okay, including all the civilian subjects and general studies. And I have been teaching in more than 15 states and more than 10 years. And I have been associated with BYJUs for the last 2 years. So let us conduct this session. And I will request all of you to ask your queries one by one. So please ask your queries. I will answer them one by one. Come on, start. You can start whatever you want to ask. I am seeing your comments, okay, and that I will answer. Please, please feel free to ask whatever is your queries. Please ask. Please ask. Please type in the comment section. I'll answer. I am waiting. Okay. Okay. So let us see that, let us write down one by one. Okay. So Samriti has asked. The first important question is number of questions per day. Okay. The first question is questions per day. Very good. So first question is question per day. Next, more questions, please ask so that I answer 2-3 questions in one go. Please ask other questions also. Sir, how can we use test series efficiently given the time remaining for the examination? Okay, it's a very common question. Okay, test series. Okay, come on, there are no other questions. Okay, let me answer this first question. Okay, let me answer this first question, and by the time you can type your other questions. So questions per day, questions per day. So when we are talking about questions per day, okay, you divide it into three parts. You divide it into three parts, right? The first thing is aptitude. Okay. The first thing is aptitude. The second thing is mathematics, right? The second thing is mathematics. And the third thing is what? The third thing is your technical paper. That is what? For you, civil engineering, right? For you, civil engineering. Civil engineering. Now, since around more than 2 months are remaining, okay, around 2 months are remaining. So I will tell that in aptitude per day, you start now solving questions. How many questions? Per day, you start solving at least 5 questions. At least 5 questions. You can solve more actually, but at least 5 questions, right? In mathematics, you start solving at least 10. At least 10. And in civil engineering, I will divide this civil engineering into 2 parts. Okay. Let us divide this civil engineering into 2 parts. Okay. Let us divide this civil engineering into 2 parts. What are the 2 parts? What are the 2 parts? The 2 parts will be the subjects which we have good hold. Yes. The subjects which you know quite well. And that judgment will be done by whom? That judgment will be done by you only, right? Yes. So I can say subjects. I can say subjects you have good hold. Subject you have good hold. And second is what? Which have less confidence, right? I can say subjects you have less confidence. Okay. Less confidence. Okay. Subjects you have less confidence. Now I will ask you questions. I will ask you questions. So subject which you have good hold and subject which you have less confidence, I have divided into 2 categories, right? I have divided into 2 categories. Now tell me, should I leave the subjects which you have not prepared well? Should I leave the subjects? Should I leave or don't leave? Please tell me. I want to know your, I will answer other questions by Aptaf and Mukhil also. But I want to ask you, should I leave the subjects which you have prepared less? Should I leave or should I don't leave? Tell me. I want to hear from you. And then I will answer the question. No, we should not leave. Yes, that's the right answer. You should not leave anything for your upcoming GATE examination. Don't leave any subject. So now you will tell, sir, okay, I don't leave any subjects. Then how I will complete them or how I will practice them? Yes, that I will give you some hint or I will give some tips. Okay. So as we told, as we discussed, subjects which you have good hold. Okay. Subjects you have good hold. Okay. In those subjects, okay, and that subject will vary from person to person, right? Now, somebody don't know steel or analysis, he will tell that, leave steel and analysis. Somebody don't know geotech, he will tell leave geotech. Somebody don't know suppose strength of material, they will tell, leave strength of material. So these subjects which you have good hold, that will vary from person to person. So therefore, I leave this to you. I will leave this to you, that which subjects you have good hold, you decide that. You decide that yourself. Okay. Now, the subjects which you have good hold, in that per day, you should solve now 20 questions. 20 questions. And those 20 questions should be what? They should not be 1 mark questions. All of them should be 2 marks. And 1 mark questions will be automatically covered if you are covering the 2 mark questions. So per day, 20 questions you should solve from the subjects which you have good hold. Now, what type of questions you will solve in these 20 questions? You will solve previous year questions. You should solve your previous year questions. You should solve your class notes. Solve your class notes questions, and some additional questions also you can solve. Okay. Additional questions nowadays are available, if you open the BYJU'S Exam Prep app, in the app, there is a practice section. Okay. In the practice section, I will give you the source also. In the practice section of our app, you will find many additional questions. Yes. So start solving those questions. Per day, how many? 20 from the subjects which you have good hold. Now subjects which you don't have good hold, or incomplete subjects which you have less confidence, I can say, or you have not completed, or you are having not good hold. Now, as I told, you should not be leaving these subjects. Don't leave the subjects. What you do, instead, solve daily how many? 10 questions from this subject. 10 questions from this subject. Okay. And what should be the source? The source should be only your previous year questions, right? And second one will be your class notes. Second one will be what? The class notes. Now don't start solving additional questions, because see, you don't have any good hold on these subjects. If you start solving, the additional questions, you will feel demoralized. So what you do, at least you cover the previous year, all the previous year questions and the class notes questions, right? So if you're covering 10 questions per day, these are per day, don't take per week. Yes. So if you're covering 10 questions per day, okay, from the subjects which you have less confidence, from the previous year questions and class notes, that means you will have a very good amount of questions covered from these subjects before your examination, right? And already you have good hold in this category 1 subjects, so that you solve more, right? For that, you solve the previous year questions. Second, you solve the class notes. And third, you solve additional questions. So subjects which you have good hold, that you should obviously practice more right now, right? So that you will be able to score more in those subjects. But the subjects which you have less confidence, or the subjects which you have not covered well, leaving them is not a good idea. Yes, it is not 2012. Okay, it is not 2012 or 13 or 14 that you will get a top rank by scoring 55 or 60. If you want to get into top 100 or top 500 ranks, you have to get 75 plus marks. And you cannot achieve 75 plus marks by leaving subjects. I don't tell that you should score 40 or 50 or 60. I will tell you, you target 75 marks. If you score less than 75, the rank will be not satisfactory. So target 75 only. Minimum you should target 75. And if you want to target 75, you have to cover all the subjects. Yes, some subjects which you are less confidence, you should not be solving more. You should at least solve the previous year in class notes. Yes, but don't leave them. Okay, so 10 questions per day for the subjects which you have less confidence, 20 questions per day for the subjects which you have more confidence, and 10 questions for the mathematics, and 5 questions for the aptitude. So per day, how many questions we are seeing? We are seeing how many? 20, 10, 30, and then 40 and 45. Now tell me, aptitude, I told how many? 5 questions. Okay. And all of this will be 2-mark questions. And then mathematics, I'm telling you 10 questions. And subject which you have good hold, which have covered good, you should be solving what? 20 questions. And subjects which you have less hold, you will be solving how many? 10 questions. That is how much? 45 questions. Now tell me, 45 questions per day. Can you solve 45 questions per day or not? Tell me. Ladies and gentlemen, tell me, this approach is practical or not? Tell me. This approach is practical or not? 45 questions per day. Is this approach practical or not? Tell me. Yes, it is very much practical. And by this approach, you are increasing your chances of scoring more in the subjects which you know, also scoring good in maths and aptitude, and also you will be able to score, good marks in the subjects which you have not yet covered, or if you have covered it in a less manner. Okay. Now, this is the number of questions per day. So I think I have answered this question very well. Yes, I think that I have answered this question very well. Let me see other questions also. Aftab is asking, sir, please tell the way to get good marks with higher accuracy for general part of exam excluding technical. Okay, you are talking about GS, right? You're talking about GS. Okay, so that we will take a separate session, because to explain about GS, it will take, half an hour more. So I will explain in some other session. Okay, right? Okay. Then because of general part of, okay, you're talking about general session, so that the general studies you're talking about, that we'll see. Or I will answer that question at the end. Okay, don't worry. Kindly say the don'ts regarding exam preparation. Don't. So Mukhil is asking the don'ts. Okay. The first don't is don't target. The first don't is what? Don't target less than how many marks? Tell me in the comment section. Don't target less than how many marks? Short notes, I'll answer. Don't target less than how many marks? Fill in the blanks. This is the question for you. Don't target less than how many marks? Yeah, your target should be 75. Your target should be 75, because we are talking about civil. See, for other branches, this will vary. I have taken already a session on rank versus mark analysis. So for that, there is other session also. Don't target less than 75. No target, don't target less than 75. Okay, because if you score 75 only, then only you will have a rank of how much? Rank of less than 500. Yes, so target at least 75 marks. This is the first don't. This is the first don't. Second is don't leave any subject. Don't leave any subject. Don't leave any subject. Okay, don't leave any subject. Why we should not leave any subject? Because how you will score, the first point will validate the second point. How you will score 75 marks if you're leaving the subjects? Yes, somebody will tell that, no, you prepare for 80 marks and get 75. It's not possible. You'll commit some mistake. They even tell me, first thing you tell me, the subjects which you have prepared well, is there any guarantee that you will score 100% in those subjects? The subjects which you have prepared well, is there any guarantee that you will be getting 100% in those subjects? No, there is no guarantee, right? There is no guarantee that you will be able to score 100% in the subjects. Therefore, it's very important that you should cover all the subjects. Don't leave any subject. Cover all the subjects. Very important. And as many students will ask me, sir, some subjects I have less confidence, or I have not covered till yet. So I have given you the tip for that. What you should do? If you have not covered any subject, or if you are less confidence, don't practice additional questions. Just do the previous year question and class notes question. Yes, and subjects which have more confidence, that you go for additional questions. Okay, this will what? Make your second don't validate, right? So don't leave any subject. Don't leave any subject. Third point, target number of questions now. Target number of questions. Don't target hours. So don't target hours. Now, if you target hours, 10 hours a day, 15 hours a day, so that this point will cover that question also, right? And many students have this doubt, sir, how many hours we should study per day? So I will say don't target hours. Very important. Don't target your hours. Instead, what you do? Target the number of questions. So if per day you wake up in the morning, yes, and by the time you go to bed, you have covered this number of questions, then you are done for that day, right? So your day should start like this, you maintain a list like this, aptitude 1 2 3 4 5, mathematics 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and then suppose civil engineering, the subjects which you have good hold, dot 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 20, right? Like this, you make a list daily. You make a list of this, and then in that particular day, when you solve one question, then you can cross. Right? You can cross like this, right? And then what will happen? Then by this daily, you are keeping a track of how many questions I will be solving. Yes, how many questions solving? Yeah, yes, you should study everything. That's what I'm saying. You didn't read irrigation. See, irrigation will hardly take 2 days or 3 days to cover. Yes, yes. So don't leave any subjects. But yes, if you have not started, then don't do additional questions. Do the previous year questions, yes, and class notes. That much will be sufficient. Only class notes and previous year questions. Don't do additional questions, or don't give subject wise tests also for those subjects, because that will consume time, right? So don't give too much of attention to subjects which you have not covered, but don't leave the subjects. Now, because see, the problem with leaving the subjects is what? The problem with leaving the subjects is your mind will cheat you. How? You will leave irrigation, the mind will tell leave CPM. You will leave CPM, the mind will tell leave building material. You leave building material, mind will tell leave open channel flow. You leave open channel flow, mind will tell you to leave what? Steel structures. Now you leave steel structures, mind will tell you leave boundary layer theory of fluid. Then the mind will tell you leave this, leave that, leave this, leave that. Like this, your mind will cheat you. Don't let your mind cheat you. Yes. So don't start this business of leaving topics or subjects. Yes, you solve less number of questions. And how to choose the questions? Solve only the previous year questions and the class notes. By this, you are ensuring that you are covering the bare minimum of that subject, so that if they're asking you, so Naivedya is telling something. Okay, demotivated, what can I? Yes, I will answer that question of Rahul. Good question. I will answer that question. Okay. So what I was telling? Yeah, I was telling that if do the bare minimum of those subjects which you have not covered yet, and those subjects which you have done good, then just go blazing with all guns by solving more questions. But the subjects which are not completed, don't solve too much of questions. Don't give subject wise tests for those subjects. No problem. Suppose you have not covered steel structures. So what you do? You solve the previous year questions. Okay. You solve the previous year questions, and then what? Then do this class notes. That's sufficient. Now don't do the practice sessions. Don't do subject wide test for steel structures if you have not covered it. Suppose you have not covered open channel flow, then don't start giving additional questions. That will waste of time for you now. But at least cover the basics. Okay. So next, demotivated. Demotivated. So this particular method which I told of solving questions per day will remove your demotivation also. Why you are getting demotivated? What happens? You see, tell me. There's a difference of approach which we do. The problem is that, see, uh, before the examinations, if you only study the formula notes, then you don't feel like covered. The subject doesn't appear to be covered, right? The subject don't appear to be covered. Yes. Suppose you have studied, suppose building material. Suppose building material is more theoretical. We are talking about numerical. Suppose you are solving open channel flow, right? And open channel flow, suppose you have covered all the formulas, but you don't feel confident. You don't feel confident or demotivated because you have not solved the questions. The only way to come out of demotivation or feel motivated for GATE examination is to solve numericals. There is no other way. There is only one way to crack GATE examination. See the concepts, solve the question, or solve the questions. If you're unable to solve the questions, then revisit your concepts. Yes, and then solve the questions. Solve the question, solve the question. Don't give your mind time to get demotivated, right? So follow this formula. Okay, try out this formula of what? 45 questions per day. 45 questions. 45 questions per day. The day is over, 45 is over. Suppose if you have more time, then solve more. Obviously, nobody is stopping you to solve more than 45 questions. And suppose someday you solved 40 questions, something happened, you solved 30 questions. So complete that pending in the next day. Yes, maintain that 45 questions. 45 questions per day you solve without worrying about anything. After 10 days, you will start feeling motivated. When I'll answer the question. When your questions are getting solved, na, that is the greatest source of motivation. Then suppose today you completed 45 questions. The next day morning you will be bubbling to again start solving the questions. Yes, and then what will happen? You see, after this, solving these 45 questions for 10 days, the questions will start getting repeated, right? Then you will feel more confident because then you will be able to solve faster. Your stamina to solve questions, or we can say the speed, will also increase, right? So apply this formula. Okay, can't manage college exams and GATE preparation. So okay, therefore I told na. See, if you're unable to see this question method, this number of question method actually addresses many problems. It addresses that, at least it addresses the practice, how many questions to practice. It addresses the question that you should how many hours I should study. It addresses the question of demotivation. It also addresses the question of what? For balancing college exams and this, or colleges and this. Suppose in the daytime, suppose the day consists of 24 hours, right? Obviously for me the day consists of 24 hours. For you also it is 24 hours. Yes, so suppose you have 24 hours. Okay, in 24 hours, in 24 hours, suppose you are getting 5 hours only for GATE exam. Yes, can you give 5 hours for GATE exam? Yes or no? Tell me, is it possible? Yes, it is quite possible. Rest 19 hours, you have your college thing, you have your sleep and all. Yes, so please, important topics, that's what I told. There is no such thing called important topics. I will come to that. I'll come to that. I'll come to that. I will come to that doubt of Syed. That's a good question. So 19 hours, okay, no problem. 19 hours, suppose 7 hours you sleep. Yes. College, suppose 6 hours are gone, 6-7 hours are gone. And suppose rest 6 hours, something is there, miscellaneous. Yes. Miscellaneous, this is suppose college, and this is suppose your sleep. Sleep, okay, nahi ban raha. I will tell you, don't worry. Sleep, college, and miscellaneous. So still you are getting 5 hours. Now tell me, in 5 hours, can you solve 45 questions? Is it possible or not? Tell me. In 5 hours, 45 questions are possible or not? Tell me. In 5 hours, 45 questions are possible or not? Yes, it's possible. It's possible. Per hour, 9 questions. Per hour, 9 questions. Very much possible. Yes. Per hour, 9 to 10 questions. It's very much possible. So apply this method. Yes. Again, this hours problem, balancing college and this problem gets rectified when you are going for what? Solving the number of questions. Solving the number of questions. Okay. Very good. Now let me answer the other queries also. So many good queries are coming and I am feeling very happy that you are all asking so good questions. So you are good, very serious students. Okay. So how to overcome demotivation? I just told you, know how to overcome demotivation. Sir, मैथ्स के और सोम के कुछ क्वेश्चंस नहीं बन पा रहे हैं एंड डीमोटिवेटेड हो जाता हूं. अगर आपका कुछ क्वेश्चन सॉल्व नहीं हो पा रहा है, इट्स ओके. Okay, some question. Now see that question is which type of question. If that question is asked in the previous year, then you should go to the lecture and revise it. Suppose there is a new question which you are solving, and suppose you're unable to solve and it is not asked in the previous year so much, then it's okay. Some questions you will obviously be not able to solve. Now, how many questions you are not able to, that matters. Suppose you're able to solve 80% of the questions. Very good, no problem. Out of 10 questions, you are unable to solve 2 questions, no problem. See the solutions. Yes, see the solutions and write down how, see that where you are lacking the concepts, no problem. Out of 10 questions, if you are able to solve 7 to 8 questions at this stage, it's perfectly fine. Some questions you will not be able to solve. That doesn't make you a bad student. Note down those concepts so that next time when you solve those questions, you will be able to solve. You will be getting the solution, right? Okay. Then, how much we should have to score in civil to get a job in PSU in general category? You have to get an excess of 75 marks minimum. I will tell you 75 marks minimum you have to target. That should be your target. This is minimum marks. If I say we should prefer how many marks? Prefer is how much? Prefer is 80 marks. So prefer is 80 marks and minimum is 75 marks. Okay, 75 marks. And you see what other questions? PDF will solutions, PYQ PDF. PYQ PDF, I think they're available on our app. If you go to app, you will get the previous year questions and their, I think their solutions are also available. In the app and also in the website, they're available. Okay, you can avail them. Okay, in the website, okay, of BYJU'S Exam Prep, you can search in Google, or you can search that, BYJU'S Exam Prep, suppose GATE 2022 solution and all, you will get the solutions. Okay, you will get the solutions with the PDF. Okay, that is available in the website or in the app. Okay, don't worry about that. You can always do that. Let me answer more question. Okay, important topics of subject wise. Okay, important topics. Okay, I will tell you, cover all the topics. Cover all the topics. You are not going to get 75 or 80 marks by compromising on any topic. Cover all the topics. Yes, you can solve less questions of any topic, but at least, at the last thing I will tell, at least, suppose you have not covered a particular subject or a particular topic, at least you should do what? Tell me. At least what you should do and go to the examination, tell me. Answer the other. Now, from so much of discussions we have done, okay, so much of discussions we have done, tell me, at least what you should do for the topics which you have not covered. Cover the previous year questions. Cover at least cover the previous year questions and go. There is a very good chance that they will ask a question from previous year. Don't leave. So I will, make it that fourth, third. Don't leave any subject or topic, because it is not 2012 or 13. See what happens. Many of the toppers, they suggest that leave a particular subject or topic because they got the ranks in 2012 or 13. Myself, I got a rank of 127 in 2013, but my marks was hardly 60 something. Yes, because that time the scores were less. So at 60 something, I used to get, ranks of 100 and 200, right? But currently, in order to get a rank of 800 also, you have to score 70 plus, right? So times have changed. It is not 2012 or 2013 that, you go for less marks. So don't leave any subject. Okay. Even I will suggest myself also, because I have given GATE in 2013. Those times were different. Now the time is different. So you have to change as per the time, right? Yes. If we don't change as per the time, then we will be staying back. Okay. Very good. Sir, I am getting the concept, but whenever I face GATE, I doubt my knowledge and do silly mistakes and further avoid solving any questions. Okay. So that means if you are facing this issue, two things I will tell you. First thing, try to understand. Many of the students, I will tell you, many of the students think that committing mistakes while you are practicing or now in this stage of preparation, you feel very demotivated because you are going for perfectionist mentality. Yes. If you're committing mistakes, that is good, na? Yes. Suppose you're solving a question, you committed the mistake. right? That means what? You understood now that where you commit the mistake, and then you see the solution, right? You see the solution, and then you are able to rectify it. That means you will not repeat the same mistake in the examination. So this question practice, 45 questions per day, which I am telling, if you are committing mistake, it is not a bad thing. It is not a bad thing, right? So that is our, you have to change our mindset. You have to change our mindset that, that if I commit mistake, then I'm a poor student, I'm a bad student. No. If you have committed the mistake, write down what mistake you have done, right? And see that what is the correct solution. And then don't repeat the mistake. Yes or no? And then when you end, second thing, you're telling that I am committing the mistake again and again. But how much again? If you solve 45 questions now per day, then what will happen? You will commit mistake for the first time, then for the second time, but third time, fourth time, what will happen? By third time, fourth time, what will happen? That mistake will be rectified. Now, that means you have to repeat the cycle. You have to repeat the cycle of solving questions. Yes, then what will happen? Then your chances of committing those mistakes will get reduced. But for that, you have to increase the repetitions. And what is the method to increase repetitions? That is what? Solving 45 questions per day. Yes, you solve 45 questions per day. That I can say is what? I can say is the 1-point solution to many of our questions. But I'm trying to relate, how it helps. Okay. What about the major topics of environmental engineering? As I told, they can ask you anything. Now, suppose I tell you environmental engineering, I tell that study activated sludge process, wastewater characteristics, suppose filtration, and I tell you study hardness and this. Like this, many people, just tell some random topics. Now tell me, they can ask a question from sewer design also, right? Can you leave that topic? No, you can't. They can ask you question from sewer design. They can ask you question from where? From your population forecasting also. They can ask a question from your water demand also. They can ask a question from fire demand also. They can ask you in the question from disinfection also. They can ask a question from where? From air pollution also. They can ask a question from where? From your sludge treatment also. Yes. So leave this idea. Again, I'm telling you, leave this idea of leaving any topic for the examination. This is not 2012, 13, 14. This is 2023. This is serious competition. Times have changed. Okay. My time I gave in 2013. So it is like 10 years before now. So 10 years before the scenario was different. Now it is entirely different. People have access to. Okay. So it is possible to compete with geotech transportation. It is possible. It is quite possible. No problem. Yes. But if you have not started, then don't try to solve additional questions. Cover only the previous year questions. And then class notes. If you have studied from a particular coaching institute, then study the class notes. Don't start solving additional questions from here and there, or start giving some subject-wide test for those subjects. So subjects which you have not completed, my suggestion will be complete the previous year questions and your class notes. That's it. That will be sufficient. Sir, how to maintain consistency of daily previous year questions, small revision, and active syllabus coverage? Also, how to avoid worrying about the result? See, there are two parts to this question, right? So first question is how to maintain consistency. That I told, 45 questions per day. That 45 questions per day is the 1-point solution. That you solve 45 questions. So what will happen? You will not be, tell me, when you solve 45 questions, you will be able to solve all the 45 questions. No, you will not be able to solve. You will be able to solve some 30 questions, 25 questions. So what you will do? You will open your notes. You will see the theory, the formula, automatic revision. Yes or no? When you are unable to solve a question, you will open the notes. You will see that which formula is used. Automatic revision, right? Automatic revision, automatic what? Syllabus completion. Right? So this 45 questions per day will help you in automatic syllabus completion, automatic revision. Yes. And the thing, the mentality change which I told for you is what? If you commit mistakes or you're unable to solve questions, nothing bad. So don't think, that I am unable to solve the questions. Then, I am a poor student. As I told again, I will repeat the same lines. So if you're unable to solve questions, it's perfectly fine. Yes, it's perfectly fine. Whatever able to solve, very good. Not able to solve, see the solutions, try to remember the formula, see the concepts. And that is the basic, we can say, motive behind what? Solving questions. Right? Okay, great. So more questions, more questions. I am waiting. Or we'll end the session. If you have some more questions, we'll end the session. If you have more questions, please ask, or we will end the sessions. Or anything you can ask. Sir, tell me a unique, weird doubt regarding exams which was asked to you by someone ever. This is a very interesting question. You can message me, you can WhatsApp me. I will answer you personally. Okay. I'll answer you personally. Okay. I'll answer you personally. So they'll not ask you, mention in this, in this class. Okay. Sir, RCSE hydrology cycle is not done yet. Should I leave it or complete it less time, or कितने date तक सब पढ़ सकता हूँ? 1.5 month for enough? Yeah, it is enough if you are solving 45 questions per day. If you are solving 45 questions per day, then sufficient. You have not started RCC, you can start, no problem. Once you go through the previous year questions, see that which topic they have asked more previous year questions, start those topics first, start solving those questions first, and only complete previous year question. Suppose you have not, you can add. If you have not completed subjects, you are telling, complete previous year questions first. Don't touch any new questions. Touch only complete previous year question, then you will think of anything else. That's the secondary thing. Okay. Sir, what about test? Any question is good, or how to choose? See, if you see test series, any of the institutes which are providing test series, they are more or less good. Yes, more or less they're good. So I will not comment on the test series. Okay, more or less good. And BYJU'S Exam Prep is also offering very good test series. Okay, it's very good test series. I have seen the test questions. So they're very good. So I can vouch for the BYJU'S Exam Prep test series. Okay, so you can go for that. Or if you want to explore some other test series also, it is perfectly fine. Okay, but at least you should cover some, you give 1 2 test series of some good institute. Okay, you can give for BYJU'S, or you can give for any other institute, that is your choice. Okay. Oh, Apta, very good. Very good question. Yeah, very, very good. Don't solve random questions from Telegram. This is very important. The source of questions is very important. Source of questions will be 3 things I will tell. The first source is what? The first source is your previous year question. Second source is the class notes by the teacher which you have taught you. Okay. Or suppose you are following some teacher on the YouTube, then those becomes your class notes. So you can solve those questions. And third thing is you solve which questions? Which questions? The questions which are mentioned in the practice book of any standard coaching institute. And for BYJU'S Exam Prep, I told that you can have lot of practice questions available on the app. In the app, you can refer to the practice session. You will get the questions for all the subjects. Okay, very good. Okay. सर मुझे आईआईटी दिल्ली में एमटेक करना है, मुझे कितना मार्क आना पड़ेगा? 75 प्लस और एटलीस्ट 70 above or 75 plus. Target 75 plus. No other target in the month of December. 75 plus. Sir, lastly, how to stop daydreaming? Now, what is the daydream you are? What is the dreaming? What is the dream you are seeing? You tell me that, then I will tell how to stop that. You tell me what is the daydream you are seeing, then I will control that. How to solve, how to control that. Okay, rest. Other questions. Come on. Ask the questions. It's very good interactive session. So I never thought that the first Zoom session will be so awesome. So congratulations to all the students who are asking so wonderful questions. So congratulate yourself. Okay. So wonderful questions. See, you're asking wonderful questions. That means what? That means you are seriously preparing. Yes. See, doubt is the we can say doubt is the indication of intelligence. If you don't have doubts, okay, if you don't have doubts, then you're not intelligent. Intelligent generally develop some doubts. Okay, fools are very confident. They are very confident. Okay. Okay, sir, should syllabus complete and what should be the minimum marks? As I told, minimum marks is 75 and you have to complete all the subjects. And how to complete, you can refer the initial part of this video. I have discussed something so that you can refer to once. For OBC category, still you have to get 70 plus. 70 plus marks you have to get. Okay. At least 70 you should get and 75 if you are general category. But 70 तो पक्का आपको रखना ही पड़ेगा. Okay, more questions, or we'll end the session in 4 minutes. If you want to ask a more question, I am always available. So, come on. पूछो हिंदी में भी पूछ सकते हैं. अगर आपको इंग्लिश में लिखना थोड़ा मुश्किल हो रहा है तो आप हिंदी में भी लिख सकते हैं. मैं हिंदी में भी आंसर कर सकता हूँ, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. ठीक है. तो अगर आपको sir, how to take a less productive day without demotivating ourselves? Yeah. Very good question. It's a wonderful question. It's a very good question. Yes, less productive days without demotivating ourselves. First thing you should do is forgive yourself. Suppose someday you were unable to study, your targeted 45 questions and you were able to solve SBNIT. Google it. SBNIT, you will start asking me all the NIT, all the IIT. I don't have the database of all the NIT, all the IIT that you can Google. But if you want to get into top IITs and then target 75 plus. Okay. So coming to this less productive days. So first thing is that forgive yourself. First thing is what? Forgive yourself. Yes, forgive yourself that it happens. It happens with everyone. It happened with you that you are not able to solve all the questions. So first forgive yourself. First forgive yourself. No problem. Okay. Second thing is you are unable to study. Suppose 45 question was a target. 45 question target, you solved only 10 questions. It happens, right? It will happen, right? There is always a day, where you will have less productiveness. So how many are pending? 35 questions are pending, right? Now, for the next 3-4 days, suppose 4 days or 5 days or 4 days, suppose, what you do? You distribute this 35 questions. You distribute this plus 9, plus 9, plus 9, plus 9. And suppose you are feeling this is heavy, it's perfectly fine. Don't distribute. One day you solve less questions, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, चलता है. But you keep a track. What you keep a track? That this less productive day should get repeated in at least 4-5 days or 6 days. Okay, not at most. Yes, that weekly once you have this off day. If you're having off day every random day, that means that is not a less productive day. You are less productive. Yes or no? So if someday you are able to solve only 10 questions, चलता है, उतना आपको माफ है, उतना आप माफ कर सकते हो अपने आप को. ठीक है, चलो बढ़िया है. ओके, नेक्स्ट थिंग इज दैट सर आरसीसी आपके रिकॉर्डेड लेक्चर्स कर सकता हूँ? या यू कैन डू माय रिकॉर्ड लेक्चर्स. ओके, एनीवेयर, मेनी other teachers also there, they are teaching very good. Okay, you have done CPM survey. Yeah, that is good. You can do RCC also. Okay. So really doing MTech in IT give good life as civil engineering? That depends on you. See, MTech means what? MTech means higher studies. Higher studies means what? Doing some higher work. Yes, doing research. So if you are interested in doing research, you like studies, then the life is very good. Yes. Like suppose I will tell you that I don't know dancing. Yes, I have tried many times, but I am unable to dance. Now, if I join a dance academy, my life will be happy or sad? Tell me. I don't know dancing. I tried. I don't have the skills of dancing. Okay, if I go and join dance academy, or suppose I have joined a dance group, my life will be happy or sad? Tell me. I don't know dancing and I've joined a dance group, who are performing somewhere. My life will be obviously sad. Why? Because that is not my skill. That is not my interest. Yes. So if you are doing MTech in the subject of your interest, if you are doing MTech because you love studies, then it will be a happy journey. You will really enjoy the life. Yes. Don't forget masters and post-graduation studies are studies. Yes. And if you don't enjoy studies, then obviously your life will be hell. Yes, your life will be hell. But if you love studies, you like books, you like formulas, you like research, you like learning new things, then life is awesome. Yes. Okay. ओके सर अभी से मैं इंजीनियरिंग में स्टार्ट कर दूं कितने दिन में खत्म करना चाहिए या गुड क्वेश्चन यस सी व्हेन यू स्टार्ट इंजीनियरिंग मैथमेटिक्स व्हाट विल हैपन दैट it is very difficult to judge that how many days you will take because now time is less and therefore again I will come back to that solve 10 questions per day if you are solving 10 questions per day in 2 months how many questions will you be able to solve more than 600 questions right so that will take care of the questions which can be asked in the GATE exam. So don't think about covering the syllabus of mathematics now, because if you have not covered before, then it will be not that much advisable that you start studying, in details now. So what you do, solve 10 questions. That will be sufficient for time now. Sir, abhi main engineering mathematics, okay, nahin. Sir, after lunch and dinner, I feel sleepy. How to manage this? So when I take happen, it attend to 3 hours. Yeah, how can you sleep 3 hours? If you are sleeping 3 hours means daytime you are not, night time you are not sleeping properly. If you are sleeping 6 to 7 hours in the night, then 3 hours is not a requirement. Half an hour nap you can take. Okay, tell your parents to wake you up to slap you and wake you up if you're not or after half an hour you put an alarm, have a bucket. I used to do this thing. I used to study in the early morning, so I used to do what I used to wake up. Okay, in the winter I used to wake up. This GATE examination happen in the winter. That's a good thing also. So I will wake up, go switch on the tap, and I used to sit on the cold water. All the sleep goes away. So that you can do. Night time. Sir, after eating something, mind is like very easy. Therefore, it is very important what you're eating. You're eating, chowmin, noodles, burger, pizza, and eating, aloo ka paratha and dahi, and you're eating, curd rice. Then obviously you will feel sleepy, right? Eating, curd rice, and then you feel that you will not feel sleepy. So eat food which will not induce sleep. Yes, eat fruits. Fruits will, fruits make you refresh. So eat fruits, eat chapati. Yes, eat, like eat, ragi also, it's a good stimulator. Okay, so eat food which doesn't induce sleep. Don't eat heavy masala and oily food now. Oily food will, obviously oily. Some people are telling malai kofta. Lunch they will have malai kofta and malai tikka paneer masala, and then you will not feel sleepy. Obviously, you will feel sleepy, right? So eat light food. Okay, you can have milk, fruits, nuts. Yes, these foods, and sprouts. This food will not induce sleep. So change your food style for these 2 months. Okay. So winter में challenging है morning में study करना. Yeah, morning if you are unable to study, study in the afternoon, no problem. Okay. And you can start the day with mathematics. If you start the day in the mathematics, then it helps. Okay, so it was nice interacting with all of you. Hope you all enjoyed, right? Yes, and you are feeling very motivated now, activated, right? So you are feeling very activated now. So as I told, from tomorrow start 45 questions per day. So from tomorrow you start 45 questions per day. We will meet like this more. I will conduct some more sessions like this. Yes. So tell me how many like this session, this Zoom session. How many like this Zoom session? Sir, is it compulsory to prepare for state service and GATE at same pattern on behalf of problematic questions? No, not required. See, the GATE 1 mark questions, the GATE 1 mark questions which you are solving, those will act as your state AE questions. Okay. Okay. So if you are solving GATE 1 mark questions, your automatic preparation for what? State AE. Automatically preparation is done. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. So we'll end the session. Okay, so enough. Okay, so 10:30 there is another class on spacing of stirrups. There is a short class, 20 minutes. Lecture will be there. Okay, So spacing of syrups. Okay, so please attend that. I am doing job, and how can I manage my GATE preparation with my job? So that's what I told, right? So even if you are doing job for 7 hours or 8 hours, you'll get 3 to 4 hours per day. Try to cover 40 questions in those 3 to 4 hours. Target questions. Target questions. Now target questions, don't target hours now. So 4 hours you will get. So Telegram link is not working because my Telegram group is deleted now. I don't have a Telegram group. So you can in the comment in the link in the comment section in the description of this video, there's a Telegram group for BYJU'S Exam Prep. So those you can see. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Then we will end the class. Then thank you very much. Bye. We'll meet again. Don't worry. I'll conduct more such sessions in the upcoming times as the GATE exam approaches. I want to know that what you want to ask. So we will conduct. Thank you very much. It was nice talking with all of you. So let us meet again. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.